Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Telltales, our weekly supplemental talk show where I, Francis, the Dungeon Master, sit down with one of my players and we hang out and talk about the latest session of our ongoing D&D campaign. This week, I am sitting down with Maddie, who plays Libby in this campaign, and Helene in the last campaign. As always, if you want to watch our episodes live, we live stream our game every Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, and the replays are available every Wednesday and then Thursday. So keep in touch with all of our social medias for all of the latest details and content that we're producing. As always, I hope you enjoy the episode. How are you, Maddie?
Doing pretty good. It's a lazy Wednesday morning or whatever day it is.
It's Wednesday?
I think so.
Wow. This week has gone by pretty fast. Okay, well. How's Baloo?
He's doing good. He's over at my godmother's house right now because when I had to record this today, and he's a nervous, very anxious little puppy, and he was a pound puppy, so I can't blame him for this, but if he hears any noise, he thinks someone is trying to come in the house and kill him and barks.
Oh.
So I was just like, if I gotta record something today, I'm just gonna drop him off. He's at my godmother's house. He's got her dogs there. Tess is his best friend in the world, so it's fine. Everything is fine.
Wow.
You can't disturb the audio.
That's good. I mean, we could use more dogs on the crew. Excuse me.
Speaking of animals, I didn't get the chance to do Find Familiar last session, and
You didn't?
Nope.
You forgot?
Cliffhanger.
You had that spell for a while. I mean, well, who knows? You have downtime before your next mission, whatever you do so choose.
Yeah, we spent all our downtime shopping this time around, so.
Yes. This past session, I want to say it's like half and half. I want to say 3/4 of it was pretty important, but the last quarter is just all shopping.
It feels nice to do chill stuff like that in a session sometime. I've been in campaigns before where it's like all combat all the time. And like there's always high stakes to everything. I'm just like, I just want to go into a tavern and flirt with a barmaid or go pick out some new shoes for my character. Like literally anything else. I don't want to punch anything else.
Yeah. Sometimes you guys get tired of punching. So I knew, because when we talked about this campaign and we wanted it to be more, I guess, collectively more tactical and combat based, there's still, and not everything is going to be combats. And you guys had like 4 sessions full of combat, so.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you still had the Knoll Pirates, which is pretty cool.
Those were so freaking cool.
I was kind of I pictured it in my mind a lot better than it actually came out because I imagined it kind of like Tatooine, Star Wars-esque, where they just come out of the sands like it's like that Scooby-Doo movie with the pirate ship.
Oh, I loved that one.
It's like that's what I was imagining, and then when I actually re-listened to it, I'm just thinking to myself, I basically said a stick comes out of the ground and turns into a ship.
That's what editing is for.
But, it's what happens.
I mean, I got it. I got that it was like a mass coming out of the ground, like, oh, that's a weird stick. And then, like, it comes up, it's like, oh, shit, that's a pirate ship.
Yep. What did you... So, I guess since... I can't really ask that again since we already went through the whole crew again. But what did you think of this past session in terms of just compared to the rest?
It's good. It feels nice that the story element is picking up now that we kind of are familiar with each other's characters. And everything. I like that, like, we got to have like some sweet moments of like us like role playing together, because role playing is my favorite thing in D&D. I was a theater kid. So like any part where I get to like act and improv is like, yes, give it to me. Like, as much as I love combat, like that's my bread and butter when it comes to D&D. And any campaigns I've DM'd for always say like, there's always like such heavy role play in it. And, like, you always encourage that so much. I'm like, because that's the parts that's fun. So it
It's
was
pretty
great
fun.
that, like, again, like, I love combat, but it was great that we kind of got to step away from combat and be like, oh, we get to know like the guy we're traveling with and his family. And like there was like that sweet moment between Libby and Vrex where like he finally like told her instead of telling the audience in the character description, which you're not supposed to do that when you introduce a character. But like getting to hear just like, oh yeah, my family was killed. It's like, oh, that's so sad. Like, I don't know if it's any comfort, but like here's a book, like sweet moments like that, and like kind of us getting to know each other. Because that is one thing I do miss about the last campaign, is the fact that like we had been playing it for so long. We're all so familiar with each other's characters. We kind of
Yeah.
knew how to act and how to like push each other's buttons and like encourage it out of people. But it's like, should I do this? Like, would that actually anger your character? Like, it's making a new friend basically. Like, I'm just like, oh, I don't know if I can make that joke around you. I don't know if like that's something you're comfortable with. But it's nice
Yeah.
that we've gotten more into the meat of it.
Yeah. And especially with the first few sessions, you guys didn't really have the chance to really just sit down and talk for the most part. You know, I'm not gonna lie, when I was doing my DM diary and, you know, talking about the session, I was actually expecting a little bit more out of, like, not skepticism, but like, how do you say, just general mistrust within the party, because Itan messed up, and then I thought, okay, well, someone died, and my thought process with this party is half of the party has this naivete.
You all made naive characters without
Yeah,
coordinating with each
yeah.
other.
You all have naive characters, and then one of the more likable characters dies, and then you have this new guy who he's like, okay, what do I do with you? What I need a. Even though you knew Ganok for one session, I mean, it was still there. There was still some bonding moments, I want to say. I don't know. I was just surprised that Itan just said, "I'm sorry, guys, it won't happen again," and everyone's like, "Okay,
That was kind of all of us not coordinating, and like we talked about that after the session of just like we've dropped the ball there.
yeah,
I know maybe in character we should have been apprehensive, but in person we weren't apprehensive, and I kind of bled in. I'm just like, okay, we all messed up like as players, but he messed up as a character. So I think we just kind of let like the fact that we're like, okay, this was all of our faults bleed into like our interactions with each other.
yeah, makes sense." I mean, you know, what can you really do at that point? Definitely caught Matt off guard.
I love it that he took the joke of like naming a second character Ganook, but he didn't actually. He used it in like a
Kind
perfect
of.
way. I'm just like, that's my actual name, but please call me William. And I'm just like, that's not funny. That's my dad's name.
He's the more human side of the half orc. At least that's what Matt was telling me. What did you think of Zalim's family? Because, not gonna lie, I don't know if I'm like projecting onto these characters, but
Hey man, all my characters have mommy issues, so
that works. But I don't know. I hope I got that vibe of like have you seen Crazy Rich Asians?
Yes.
Okay, when you first meet the family in Crazy Rich Asians, where it's like, oh yeah, who's this? Oh yeah, that's my sister, and apparently she's like a model with like 3 law degrees and a PhD in pharmaceuticals or something like that. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm me. That's completely fine. Not gonna lie, I teared up a little bit when Zilliam's like, oh, I can just go home and uh, just sleep over there and then come back in the morning. And then everyone's like, no, just join us. It's like, oh, well.
Welcome to the family.
He's like, he is a little bit caught off guard. Doesn't really know how to react to it because he has dealt with other adventuring parties before own in their own little ways, but Zaliam's just
He's never
more,
been a crucial part of the group.
pretty much. And he wasn't expecting to accompany you guys for this next adventure. So,
Nope, he's coming with us. He's already part of the group.
yeah. Speaking of, this is kind of an aside, but to make it more, I tried to do a visual novel thing. I don't know if any of you guys caught that. It's just something to make the stream look a little bit better than just uh, a blank picture for an hour and a half.
Oh, I didn't even realize that.
But essentially, what I did was I tried to find like reference pictures. And have you ever seen or played a visual novel where just the backgrounds change depending on where you go?
Mm-hmm.
I try to find something like that, and I didn't see anybody. I wasn't sure if anybody caught it on stream or if anyone else was looking at their screen when seeing it, but I don't know. Gotta spice things up.
I don't know, it seems to be working out good.
Yeah, I'm just thinking of ways how to make it make the stream a little bit better.
I mean, it's kind of one of those things where since it's done in real time, like I would just be like, yeah, add cool graphics to it, or like maybe do like that like cool typography thing, but like you can't.
Oh yeah, because it's live stream.
Yeah, you can't do that in a live stream.
You can. You just need someone else to do it. Because
We need an intern.
yes, somebody help me. I can't do everything by myself. Maddie, help me.
I can help you make memes, my dude.
Okay, we'll start with that.
Hey, we're almost at 100 followers on Instagram.
We are at 99. I have been staring at that number, just waiting for it to change.
If you're listening to this out there, please go follow us on Instagram.
Please.
We're also on TikTok.
At Tales of Octavia podcast? I don't remember.
At Tales of Octavia podcast.
Okay. Same thing with TikTok, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Cool. You know, it's been a while since we posted on the Tales TikTok because,
Put something up for the stream, but after that ended, I took it down just because the link wouldn't work anymore. And then I made one in like 5 seconds with Matt, and it didn't get too many likes, but at the same time, it's also not my best worth, and I'm just like, content.
Yeah. TikTok's in a weird spot right now.
The TikTok algorithm is a fickle thing. And that's why I was so apprehensive about getting on TikTok originally. Like, it's worked out good until it doesn't. And that's the problem with the TikTok algorithm is it just changes constantly. It's like, okay, you're shadow banned now. Okay, this entire hashtag is shadow banned now. Okay, this thing, that thing. And then occasionally when I'm like looking through D&D things, it'll show me straight TikTok. And I'm like, how did I get onto this side of TikTok? Go away.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing, honestly, because there would be like for people that I'm following, because people have actually messaged me saying that even though I post on, like, say I posted at noon, just as an example, they won't see the actual TikTok video until like 5 p.m., which is weird. You know, I guess it just comes with it. It'll probably on overload with everything online right now. And I don't know. TikTok used to just be like a fun little thing. And now it's like in that awkward young adult, late teenager phase.
TikTok is going through its teenage years, its angsty teenage years.
Pretty much. And then who knows? Who knows?
They're still fun. I made a few the other day. I've only posted one because that was the only one I had the self-confidence to post. But I still like that one you said. It's like a reference to the last campaign of just like I like the view. Greymoor, you do? Yes, you're my best view.
Eh. I don't know. I'm running out of good sounds. That's my problem right now with TikTok
Make your own.
because I would just look on the For You page and I'm like, oh my god, I have an idea for this, and you know, it would be great. And then all of a sudden now it's like everyone's either doing the same trend, maybe they are doing some thing that has nothing to do with what I'm looking for. So I've just been like skimming through my archives, trying to clear out my favorites list. And I don't know, I've just gone full boomer. That's what I've gone. I've gone full boomer on TikTok trends.
You're only 24, my dude.
You'd be surprised by how young people are on TikTok.
Yeah, they're all like kids. We're ancient to them.
Yes. Oh, but another quick aside, because just as another thing, the whole, how do you say, just as a curiosity, how much gold do you have as a player? Not much, I'm assuming.
It's on my sheet, but I don't remember at the moment.
Okay.
Like, it's the gold we had, and then like I rolled for gold, and I think I had like 40 something.
Yeah, because you're a wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you guys got a decent amount from Zaleem, from helping him from that mission.
And still, things are a lot more expensive in this campaign than the last campaign. So like I have no reference for how expensive things are, and I'm just like I'm a little nervous to spend gold now, just because I don't know how much things are going to cost down the line.
Dude, resource management has been one thing I wanted you guys to experience, and you guys didn't last campaign.
We made a lot of money. Michael had to pay off his debts. Greymoor spent it on ale. I bought pretty shiny things that I didn't really need.
Well, yeah, because you were the one that got all the gold. Okay, we had Lavernius as a cleric and a monk. He didn't care about money because he lived in a village that didn't care about money. Same with Sir Nick. Okay, we have Marcus, who cares about money, but who wants to use that money to pay off his debt and not towards actually buying things. Yeah, he's like the guy that doesn't want to buy new notebooks for the upcoming school year, so he just tears out the old pages of last year's notebooks and then reuses them.
Guilty.
And then we had Golgori, who secretly hoarded it, didn't share with the party, anything.
Not even his secrets.
Yep. Then we had Griamore, who didn't care about any he didn't care about any like aesthetic or magical items or whatever. He just wanted to drink. So it was really just Helene that actually went shopping last campaign, and it was.
I never bought anything useful. It was always pretty sparkly things like a cape that moves on its own.
But that's the fun stuff.
A pretty scarf from my friend. It was never actually anything useful.
That's the fun stuff. You know, I don't know. I was actually, depending on how long you guys were staying at the Merryman, I was debating on just throwing out some ridiculous magic items, but I didn't want it to go too long.
No, but that was fun. It was a lot of fun getting to see like all the cool magical stuff. And it also like I don't think it's been established yet, but Libby loves books. And there hadn't really been a moment to like express that to everyone. They're just been like, look at my satchel. It's full of books. Here's a book. You get a book. You get a book. But like going into a store and seeing the stuff is like, yes, give them to me.
I actually was, when I was designing the Merryman, I don't know, it's not my best work and probably could use a little bit more work, but I was trying to imagine you're going to kill me for not remembering the name of it, but it's the library in Harry Potter.
What library in Harry?
Where, like the wand shop.
Ollivanders?
Yeah, like Ollivanders.
Okay.
I wanted it to have, imagine if Ollivander was a musician and then he just had a wand shop. That's basically what I wanted to think of.
I appreciate that. Maybe I misheard you, but I thought for a second you said it was a shop owned by a musician and that the guy was a halfling. And my immediate thought was just like, this takes place in the future. Wonder if he's somehow connected to a certain other halfling musician from our last campaign. And then I was just like, no, that'd be too good to be true.
No.
No.
Not connected.
Damn.
Not all Dragonborns are evil.
Just go gory.
Just go gory.
Is Guy okay? I get slightly nervous when I just remember that every single D&D character he's ever made is evil.
Oh no, he just wants to fuck with us. Guy, if you're listening, I know what you want to do. Don't do it. He wants to, I mean, at the beginning of the previous campaign, he really wanted to just fight all the time, and
we got character development out of him eventually.
Thank God. It only took him an arc.
Yeah, it only took him like a year and a half and us creating a podcast and literally a list of things.
Like, well, I don't know. Guy's very first character, Sal Forrest, wasn't really a character. He was just more of... I barely remember anything about him.
He didn't play him for that long.
Yeah, he only played him for... Oh, yeah, because Zvi died, and half the party wanted a reset. So it's like... Or everyone wanted a reset.
Except for you.
No, I mean, I said I would be down to reset. I was... Okay, so... Context. So I was having a tough time, and because me, Michael, and Greg, we all lived together at the time. I was actually...
Together.
Say what?
That was before you guys lived together.
Really? Oh, yeah, it was. So, but we saw each other that are like almost all the time.
I mean, there's the joke of I basically lived with you guys some weeks when y'all still had that place on campus.
Oh, yeah. That's true.
There's the whole joke of just like the bathroom was my room. I'm small, so I fit in the sink. That's where I sleep like a cat.
Oh. Hey, the sink's big enough.
It was a big sink for a small human.
Exactly. But anyways, long story short, I was having a tough time and I didn't understand what the party wanted. And I don't think the party was understanding what they wanted either. And it was so derailed where I was actually hanging out with Michael and Greg one day and I said, "Hey, what if I reset it? What if I just said, okay, we did this alternate universe reset?" And I said, because it's a lot of work. We've already been playing the game for what, a year? Almost a year? So I didn't want to lose all of that work immediately. So I said, okay, let me think about it. And then I'll think about it for a little bit, for a few weeks. And then in our next D&D session, we will talk about it as a group and then kind of just figure it out. What happened was as soon as, because Michael really wanted to change his character because he fucked up. So at that same day when I said I would think about it for a few weeks and then come back to you guys in the next session, Michael individually called all of you guys and said, hey, we're doing a campaign reset. Would you be down for it? And everyone thought that I already approved it. So everyone said yes.
Oops.
And I was so pissed because I explicitly said, wait until we're all together in person. And yeah, that's how the campaign reset happened. So a little bit of backstory for you.
I mean, it ended up being fun, and that's how like we got the 5-star plot line and everything. So.
Oh yeah, we eventually got there. Just the amount of work to get there was horrendous.
I know maybe this is just a me thing, but whenever like I start a new campaign, and this is probably the reason I don't like one-shots with like new characters all that much. Like I like doing one-shots with like previously established characters who already know each other. But I like D&D more when you like get into the meat of it and like are already traveling around. Like those first few episodes, like, oh, what's the deal with that? Like, tell me your backstory. Like, that's like a necessary evil to get to the meat of it and like get to like the parts of it I really like. But I like when campaigns have been going on for a while and like everyone like knows each other's characters and like dynamics are already established and you can just kind of like play it a little bit more fast and loose.
There's definitely, I like ongoing campaigns a lot more than one-shots because one, if you could do it, why not? And two, there's actual progression. There's no like back of my mind saying, okay, this is the last session. What do I need to do? You know, like, I don't know. I feel like if you say when you do a one-shot, you just devalue everything about D&D. I mean, you can have one-shots that are really good. I think our Christmas one-shot was pretty good.
That was great. But again, that was our previously established characters.
That is true.
Kind of just doing something that like, I guess was like what they call second tier canon, where like it happened sometime in the plot line of this.
Yeah.
But you don't really know where it happened.
It's the anime movie for the series.
Yes.
Or for that season. It happened sometime, but it's not canon.
I know, and that's why I really liked this session, because I'm going to be honest, I didn't like Libby for like the first 2 sessions. Like the first like session and a half, I was just dreading her. And then by like, the end of the second session, I was like, oh, maybe I could vibe with this, but something about her, like I like her backstory. I was liking her as a person. Like I just didn't like playing her. And this session was now when that sort of turned around. It's like, okay, yeah, I'm going to stick with this because I didn't want to stress you out. But there was like, I was hanging out with Michael and Greg recently, and part of me was like, I might just like send Francis, like my other character that I'm currently playing as in a different campaign who I already like. I might just like send that over and just be like, hey, I might change at some point, but I like Libby now. I think she's going to stick around, but I almost sent Bix over just because I was like, I'm not sure I'm going to keep this.
Wait, your other character is named Vix? Like the Vapor Rub?
No, Bix.
Oh, Bix. I heard Vix. Like,
No, as much as I live off of that stuff during allergy season, I'm not that obsessed.
Literally, when I was trying to explain when I was writing the balms and the salves and stuff, I'm like, okay, he pulls out a jar. He pulls out a jar with a lid on it. He screws it off, and then all of a sudden you see this creamy like substance. And then that's what I was thinking. What actually came out is you see what appears to be a jar of Vicks. The evil rub. Just that the reaction is just but I mean, Libby is I don't know. I don't know how to read Libby, at least not yet, because
Me neither.
she's so different.
Yeah, I guess I have a type of character I usually play. Typically, it is a bard.
It is a bard.
It is a bard or like someone who's very confident, like yeah, like Bix, Helene, a character I played in a one-shot named Kels. And then before that, I played a barbarian, and that's been like my D&D characters that I've like ever played. This is like the first wizard I've played, and also the first kind of like not confident, kind of inexperienced character that I've played, which I guess like sounded fun in my mind, but at the same time, I didn't like it at first of just being like, oh no, what do we do? Oh God, I don't know what to do. I'm so experienced. What do I do, Etienne? And then that sounded like fun to like. That
For a
like
one-off at first.
like, that sounded fun in theory, but then like I was like starting it, it's just like, oh my God, like this is actually like annoying me a little bit. Like, and I guess also I didn't know. I feel this with everyone right now. None of us like really know our characters yet.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to tell like what they would do in a situation.
I got that a lot. I felt that because
Also like that meme I sent you where it's like my 6 intelligent self trying to play a 20 intelligent wizard.
yeah.
I will be the first to admit I'm a bit of a ditz. Like I'm smart in ways I think are important, but like I'm a ditz and I miss obvious clues that someone gives me, or like I just like miss obvious things and like I don't always think things through.
Yep. High intelligence, low wisdom.
Yep, so it's hard to play a high intelligence character when you are
Exactly.
not as like super weird side tangent, but that's a problem I have with a lot of scientist characters in media when they act like this person is smart and like came up with such a brilliant idea. But it's actually not that brilliant of idea, just the people who wrote it weren't smart enough to come up with something actually brilliant.
So a lot of academic journals that aren't really that in theory, or when you look at it on paper, it's like 12 pages long, but the actual meat and potatoes of it is like 2 pages or 2 sentences.
Once you are a science major and you read an academic journal and they're just like captured creature was set free into the wild. I'm like, that just means that they didn't want to keep this like field mouse anymore. And they're just like, nope, fuck it, you're leaving.
Please no. I've dealt with enough of those.
Hey, but you're graduated now.
Yeah, now I'm at the peak of my career.
No.
I don't know. I do get the sense that y'all will definitely need at least maybe I don't know, we had more than 30 sessions in that remake of our last campaign. So this one is more, I want to say, give it maybe 10 more sessions, maybe. I don't know. We'll see, because I don't know how this party acts. And I don't know if you listened to the previous episode, the one with Greg, but I was picking his brain a little bit about what the party or what he wants to do as Kate. Or, yeah.
I appreciate him making a girl character so I'm not the only female in the party again. I appreciate that, Greg, if you're listening to this.
He was telling me that he believes that there should be some sort of I want to say not leadership change, but some point to where the party can bounce off of each other more instead of having Etan being the leader at this
That's the
point.
problem with all of us deciding to play naive characters. It's just like, oh, well, Libby wouldn't know what to do in this situation. She's like never left her hometown before. Like she doesn't know.
Yeah, which is true. I was I wasn't thinking about, well, I expected Kate and Libby to be in the fetal position or like a giraffe sticking their heads in the sand. I was expecting Vrex or, well, Canuck's dead. I was expecting Vrex to say something, and he's like, "No, no, it's fine. People die all the time." And it's just like, ah, did he learn his lesson, or he's just like, I accept that he died, and it's just no, no.
I don't think any of us accepted that he died. But again, like I was saying earlier, is that was in the in game that was Etan messing up because he was the only one who could make the decisions and he made bad decisions. In person, like outside of the game, we all fucked up. So I think again that was just like us being like,
Okay.
yeah, mad at him, we all fucked up. But in
Okay, well, I guess let me rephrase. What do you think of Michael as a leader for this group?
oh god. I don't know, should I be taking more of a leadership role somehow?
That's up to you guys. I mean, I'm not forcing anything. I just think, because you and I both know Michael in and out of the game,
Love
he
him.
is not he is not the leadership type. And I wasn't expecting like pure leadership right out of the gate. I was expecting like voice of reason, minimalist, common sense. And I know that was a mess up on everybody. I just think like moving forward, say you do a quest. How does that dynamic work now? Is Etan still in charge? Question mark.
You just need to have a random stranger come in and just be like, yo, I'm selling books. I'm selling a book, and it's just a book on leadership, and Libby will be like, interesting. I am the captain now.
Look at me. I am the captain now.
Look at me. Look at me. I am the captain now.
That would be super Invader Zim of you. I
hope the voice I've chosen for Libby isn't annoying because I'm not good at doing voices.
Hey, you're talking to the one guy that has to voice all the NPCs in the game, and I'm trying to go from, yes, my name is Zalim Ustavi. I am a son of a noble house, versus I am Drofgar, the Invincible. Bow to me, young mortal. And I'm editing this too, so it's just like, I hate the sound of my voice. Make it stop.
You could pull a mission to Zix and just auto-tune your voice for every NPC.
Yes. Now I'm gonna every NPC voice sounds like a voice from a Daft Punk song.
I don't know if you've listened to Mission to Zix, but there's
No, I haven't.
Like the character in the show, Beano.
Beano.
Yes, it's like it's got like this little robot voice and it's high pitch, and like I've seen actual video of the guy who plays the voice of Beano, and I'm just like, I know this is auto-tuned to hell, and I know like you're putting on a character voice even before you do this, but it is weird that this sound could possibly come out of you. Like it's weird.
Talk like this.
No, man, I'm the only voice I'm good at doing is just a shitty British accent, or just like a deeper version of my normal voice. This is Aslan, but that's the only voices I've got besides Libby.
Hey, when you were having allergies that one night, you had a deep voice, and it was so jarring that we were just laughing the whole session. It was so nice.
Episode.
That wasn't a one of my episodes in this campaign. It was Michael's campaign, because you were Aslan.
Mm-hmm.
And talk like this.
Talk like this. This is my sexy deep voice.
Hey, baby, come over here. Let me give you the love you deserve.
No, I thought it was funny. Because, of course, people who listen to the podcast don't know this, but Michael's, like, old character, like, the first character he played in the campaign, I originally joined this group, and name was Aiden, and he sounded like Obama.
Oh, my God. Aiden.
And it was a good voice, and I'm glad it's somewhat been resurrected for E10, even if he doesn't always do it the same.
I'm waiting for... Michael still hasn't figured that out yet. So I just think it's... I don't know. You probably caught me a few times switching tones between the same voice. I think... I don't know. What did you hear when you heard Sirio? Because I was trying to hop between like a Arabic, Hispanic sort of accent, and I feel like I didn't accomplish either of those.
I don't know. I kind of didn't think anything of it, so it wasn't so horrible that I noticed, even if you thought it was bad, so that's something.
Yeah, well, I'm not a voice actor, and I'm not going to try to be.
It would be fun to be a voice actor, though.
I don't know. I actually, maybe not voice act, but I do definitely want to take voice lessons one day as like, so I...
You want to learn to sing? Are we starting a band?
I believe I can fly.
I'll go get my bass.
Hey, man, I used to sing. I don't know if you know that.
Okay. You can sing. I'll play bass. I'll teach Michael like 3 chords. Greg can play the tambourine. We're starting a band.
We'll get Greg or Matthew to play drums.
Guy can be our manager.
Oh no, that's the worst position we want him in. Can we have him as
Keyboard. He can play piano.
Hey, keyboard. Oh my God. That would be ridiculous.
The traveling bards.
The traveling bards. Speaking of traveling bards, you guys haven't come up with a group name yet.
No, we have not yet.
I thought you guys settled on something.
No, there was the Wandering Willows, but I'm not crazy about that just because it doesn't... We haven't been together long enough to, like, have an inside joke we can do that with. And, like, the 5 stars kind of became our name, like, we grew into it, but, like, when we first got it, I really hated it. Because,
That's
like,
true.
One, I guess Greg is the only one coming up with names. Because he came up with the 5 stars, too, but I'm just like, that doesn't say anything about us. And eventually we grew into the name the 5 stars, so maybe that could happen with something, but we haven't been together long enough to have come up with a name. I pitched the Jailbreakers, but no one seemed thrilled about that, so.
It's like if this was a one-shot, then Jailbreakers would make a lot of sense, but...
Yes, but we haven't broken out of jail since the first session, so that probably wouldn't work.
Yeah, get yourselves arrested so you can break out of jail again.
And also, like, imagine that, like, oh, here's your adventuring party. What's their names? We're the Jailbreakers. Should we be trusting them? Like the king who's hiring us just leans over to his secretary. He's like, should we be trusting them? They literally have a name called the Jailbreakers. It's fine.
Hey, I mean, it's... I don't know. When you guys come up with a name, it's going to be great, I hope.
Yes. And hopefully something will happen next session that we can all agree on. But I guess, like, if we can't figure out anything by then, we'll probably just settle with Wandering Willows.
I mean, you guys can... Just for the record, you guys can choose your name and change it whenever you guys want to. But like, when someone says, "Hey, what can I put the tab under?" and you say, "Oh, or something like, I don't know, the announcer for the Paragon games." You definitely would need a group name by then. But like, hey, Paragon Games isn't for another 5 months, so.
True. But that's 5 months in game time, so 2 years from now?
Hey. Maybe. Probably. I don't know. I kind of want to take the slow burn on this a little bit to
I'm down
enjoy
for
the
it.
ride. That's what last campaign, because I was writing week to week, it was just all like, now, oh, go. And now it's not chill, but more, okay, we got to from point A to point B, and that was a session.
Okay, I'm appreciating that. I'm also appreciating that we have like very distinct, defined goals of where we're going, and it's not like last time where we like all have different places we need to be. So it kind of gets all jumbled up. Like, okay, like we literally had that list of like unfinished plot points of like, okay, after this we'll go there, and then we can take care of this while we do this. Like we literally had a to-do list all the time.
That was because the 5 stars will not finish a quest for the life of them. They would start one and then see another shiny thing and then like a squirrel jump to it.
Yes.
Okay, now I imagine Jeff the squirrel. You just see a brown squirrel named Jeff wearing a bandana as around his neck, just jump for like a bandit.
I miss Jeff the squirrel.
Maybe he's still alive.
How many years into the future is this?
50.
Hmm.
Actually, no. 10, 9. You guys started in 957, and you guys are in 10. Okay, so 120 years.
In terms of technology, what era of history, like in our world, do you think it's like most comparable to?
Renaissance.
Yes.
That's what. So, I guess I could say this. It'll come. It may or may not come back up in mid game, but you guys are in. So the 5 stars campaign was during the economic growth of the nations, and that time period was called. Let me pull up my notes because I was not expecting this. That was the post-separation era. And essentially, that's like the growth of all the nations and whatnot. And now you're in the contemporary ages, which is a renaissance. That's why there's airships and
So
guns.
there were guns in the Middle Ages, they just weren't great. So I guess to compare it to real history, last campaign would have been like Charlemagne, and now we'd be solidly in Elizabethan if we had to compare it to actual eras of history.
Yeah. Which I like it.
For it. That's kind of why I was hesitant to like when you gave us like campaign pitches of which one we wanted to do. I was hesitant to do one in the past.
Oh, dude, that would have been fun. I had a good idea for a campaign in the past, which I'm not going to say because who knows, maybe in the future we'll do it again. But
hey, Francis, I was actually thinking maybe we should be doing a campaign reset.
no, don't do it.
I already called everyone and they said they were cool with it.
No. Just end the episode right there.
Sorry, Michael, if you're listening to this, we're going to roast you a little bit.
That's okay. He is used to the roasting.
Roasting on an open fire like a marshmallow for s'mores.
Exactly. I don't know. I need to make it more Renaissance C. I should probably research into that, but I don't know. We'll see.
I know you want to go English Renaissance, you want to go Italian Renaissance, the French Renaissance.
More Italian Renaissance.
I'm about it.
It's weird because I imagined Al-Kharid to have this very weird. It's like a feudal Japan aesthetic, but
Okay.
has a Italian Renaissance feel to it. So it's you see samurai with, well, there are samurai. There's knights with their own social status, but there's also guns at the same time. So what's the point of having plate armor if you're just going to get shot with a gun anyways?
That's a little bit nerve-wracking.
Oh my gosh, y'all reaction to when Zaleem is like, I have this, and he just twirls around a pistol in front of you guys. And Kate's like, no.
Oh, thank you. Please, we just saw someone get shot by one of those. It did not look fun.
Oh, sorry. I probably shouldn't be doing that. It's not loaded, but I will just put this away.
Does mage armor protect against that?
Mage armor increases your AC, so yes, it does.
So maybe?
So maybe he'll fire, but it won't hit you. Because mage armor is like a +5 to your AC for 8 hours if you do it. But it's more damaging than an arrow would be.
Something about just a gun in D&D is really funny. Like, I know it fits in with the dynamics of this run, but like, I have my sword that was forged in fire 100 years ago. I have my dagger that was given to me by my dead mother. I got a gun.
There's no like AKs. That's what you're expecting.
I don't know. I've been reading a lot of H.P. Lovecraft recently. Shitty guy, but a good writer. And I love how in one of the stories, like these scientists are going to like go take down a Lovecraftian monster. And one of them is like, I brought like this scripture from ancient runes to banish the monster back to existence. And one is like, I brought arcane potions to weaken the monster. And one guy's like, I brought a gun. Just something about that is really funny. It's like I bring up Mission to Zix again, and I don't mean to be bringing up other podcasts that you could be listening to right now. Please don't leave us. But there's a character that is literally just a Roomba with a gun.
A Roomba?
Or like a Roomba vacuum with a gun.
What?
And it somehow shoots the gun, even though it can't speak and doesn't have arms. But there's a character in that show that's just a Roomba with a gun.
Nani? I am confused. I am confusion.
Listen to our podcast and then go listen to Mission to Zix.
Goodness. I need to listen to more podcasts. I just don't have time.
That's how I feel about everything lately, because summer classes started up, because it was like, normal classes ended, I'm like, wow, Corona stuff is still happening, but like, I can at least like go see people from a respectable distance now, and I have more time to play D&D, that'll be great. And then suddenly it was like, calculus starts, I'm like, oh yeah.
No time.
I don't have free time.
Yeah, I thought I would. Well, that's a lie. I purposely am working hard, as I always do. I thought I would have more time to do a lot of things. But no, there's only 24 hours in a day.
I wish that humans were like phones, phones need to be charged, but like you can still be on a phone and still be doing something while it's charging. I wish humans were like that, where I could just like plug myself into a wall and keep working and then eventually unplug myself. Like that would be ideal, but science has not gone that far yet.
You just sleepwalk.
I already sleepwalk.
You just
don't do anything productive while I sleepwalk.
You do something productive while sleepwalking. That would be funny.
No, I just wander around the house until my parents are just like, nope, go back to bed.
Dang. I don't know. I could you definitely use more sleep though. I like sleep.
Sleep is for the weak. And I am very weak.
I like sleep when it's good sleep and well-rested sleep. And I feel well-rested after sleep.
Not like sleeping in college where it's like you go to bed and like you slept for 10 hours, so by all means you should feel fine. But then like you wake up and feel like exhausted somehow, and it's like, how is this happening?
College sleep is just constant panic. You just like, I don't know. There were a few times in my day when I would go to sleep and I'm like, I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would think something's due before midnight.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
I was like,
I had the worst one the other night, and this happens constantly where I'll have a dream that it's the end of the semester and somehow I just forgot to go to a class all semester.
oh my God,
I
yes.
just forgot I signed up for this class, and like somehow like it's like a week before the semester ends and I've done nothing for the class.
Yeah. Or you forgot to drop it.
That, but also like that makes no sense. Like if I had this class, like I would be getting notifications on Blackboard or like getting emails from the professor if it was really that bad. Or like at least see it on RadarLink, like the system our school uses, or like something. Like there's no, it's literally impossible that I would have somehow forgotten that I registered for a certain class. But I have nightmares about it at least like every couple weeks that I've had a class I've just forgotten about.
Full on mood. So, anyways, Maddie, it's been an hour, but thanks for joining me again. Is there anything you wanted to throw at before we wrap up?
Go follow Francis on YouTube or TikTok. He's really talented and you need to be supporting him.
Please. Thank you. Anyways, thank you guys so much for listening, watching. You will be able to catch all of our Telltales episodes on the Tales of Octavia podcast every Sunday at noon. And be sure to check out all of our social medias and for all of our content. And be sure to like, subscribe, tell your friends because we need support.
We need love.
We need love. The world needs a good distraction right now. So thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next episode.